So folks, we have a big news today about Spider-Man 4. Tom Holland himself just talked about the new script. It's good, but still they need to work on it to fit everything into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's what we are going to talk about today. So here's what we know. Tom Holland read the script for Spider-Man 4 recently. He said it's excellent, but also needs some changes. They are trying to figure out how to fit the movie into the larger Marvel timeline. This is a big challenge because there is a lot happening in MCU right now, especially with upcoming Avengers movies. Tom said it's tricky because Marvel movies are part of a big connected universe. They have to make sure Spider-Man 4 fits into that, especially between two important Avengers films. The writers are working hard on it, but they haven't figured it out yet. They are trying to make sure that story makes sense with all other Marvel movies. If you've been keeping up with my channel, you probably already know Spider-Man 4 is a key part of what's happening in Multiverse Saga. The multiverse is a big part of the Marvel's current phase, with different versions of characters and timelines. So Spider-Man 4 has fit into that without missing out what's happening in other movies. Tom Holland also said that he and Zendaya, who plays MJ, sat down and read the script together. They were really excited about it and even started jumping around the room because they felt like this could be real. Big movie that fans will love. That's good news because it means they are passionate about the project, but still there's work to do to make it fit all together. Now one of the main things Marvel is working on is how to fit Spider-Man 4 into the main timeline between Avengers, Doomsday, and Avengers Secret Wars. These are two huge movies that will change a lot of things in MCU. Tom Holland said Wright is still figuring out how Spider-Man fits into all of that. And it's not easy because they don't have much time. Marvel movies usually takes time to plan, and sometimes they rewrite script over and over to make sure everything perfect. But for Spider-Man 4, they don't have that luxury. They need to start filming soon, especially since Tom Holland is already scheduled to shoot this scene for Avengers Kang in 2025. Holland said that they have a solid idea for Spider-Man 4. They know what the movie will be about, and they probably have the main villain picked up. They are just working on details right now, which is one of the hardest parts of writing a script. The good news is that the big pieces of the story are in place. They just need to fine-tune it. Now let's talk about the villain. There have been rumors for a while that Dr. Doom might play a role in Spider-Man 4. Dr. Doom is one of the Marvel's most famous villains, and he's expected to be a big part of upcoming Avengers movies. If he's in Spider-Man 4, it will make sense because Marvel is trying to set it up for a major villain in MCU. There's also talk about Venom being involved. If you've seen the post-credit scene from the Venom movies, you know that they've been hinting at crossover between Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Tom Hardy's Venom. This could happen in Spider-Man 4, especially with multiverse being big part of this story. Venom and Spider-Man could end up in the same universe, which would pretty exciting for fans. But even with all these rumors, we don't know exactly what Spider-Man 4 will fit into MCU and how they're gonna make it. Tom Holland has been careful not to give too much away, but it's clear that Marvel is still figuring out how they wanna make sure everything's lined up together. Especially since this movie is coming after Avengers Doomsday. It's a pretty big deal to, they should really make it the way that it makes sense that this movie is kind of some big multiversal deal, you know. Holland mentioned that they have a good team working on script and he's confident that they'll get it done in time. He's also really excited about the direction this story is going, which is good sign for fans, but he was clear that they still have a lot to do before they start filming. One thing that's important to remember is that Marvel has a lot of moving parts. There is also many characters, stories, and timelines that all need to fit together. So even though they have good idea for Spider-Man 4, making sure it fits into the larger Marvel universe is a big challenge. There's also question of when Spider-Man 4 will take place. It could happen after events of Avengers Doomsday, or it could take place between the two Avengers films. Either way, the movie needs to make sense in the larger context of MCU, and that's what the writers are working on right now because they need to really figure it out if they want to go both as two level and multiverse element in it, they need to make it the way that it fits into all that Avengers Doomsday stuff after. You know what I'm saying? So this is pretty big deal. That's why they need to keep writing it, but they don't have much time in other side also. So yeah, that was it today video about Spider-Man. Well, I'm trying to keep you all updates about any news out there about Spider-Man, about the rest of the important characters in terms of superhero movies. I hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. And if I didn't mention anything in this video, I'll be happy to hear it from you in the comments. See you next time.
What is that?
1300 AD, they called this man the hero from the sky. He was prophesied to have destroyed the evil